kind of got a bit sidetracked and started developing a fully reusable 1-ton launcher that I plan to expand. So it has landing gear that extends just past the engine bell, which is fine because we can do a powered landing. I needed to add the wings because I was getting a little bit of aerodynamic instability as we were passing max Q. This bottom tank is locked, and so is this. This is the landing, and this is the boost back. And this is just a little bit of extra fuel because I had to add some stuff on the payload, mainly the second stage. I had to increase the engines. I was using those tiny ant engines, and they just weren't cutting it. Air brakes, which have pitch and yaw enabled. I haven't tested that yet. We'll see how that goes. Reaction control and solar panels, just so that has plenty of power. And then there's hidden underneath this stack decoupler or stack separator. Is it a stack? No, it's a decoupler. Is a control module that probably should be part of the inline stabilizer anyways. So yeah, 4 of those in symmetry, a medium-sized tank, and then the payload is just 1 ton with batteries and solar panels. And that fuel is locked. Yeah, it's just enough to be 1 ton. Reaction control in there because I was having a little bit of problems getting this stage to point where I wanted it to, and this did not have enough reaction control. Doesn't even have any. It doesn't look like it does. Control from here. Okay. So yeah, that doesn't even have stuff. I should probably make this the root part because we do need to do the boost back burn ourselves. I guess I could test it without. I haven't done that yet. So yeah, I wanted to kind of demonstrate this before we move on to capturing our asteroid, I believe is the next thing. Oh no, sending our next mission to Eve will be the next thing. Crap, I turned too early. For some reason it wants to turn 270 and south, which is 180. I don't know why. Maybe the payload is off balance. That's probably what it is. Unfortunately, throttle does not equal control because this engine doesn't gimbal. I needed the extra thrust from it, so I wasn't able to get the gimbling variant. I kind of want to add RCS so it's a little bit more controllable. Okay, cut thrust, rid of the upper stage, have that track prograde, engines are on. I'm going to start thrusting a little bit, switch back to this, and do our boost back burn. So enable our fuel for the boost back, go out to map, pull up our nav ball, and boost back. Uh-oh, we're getting pretty close to our apoapse, so we're going to have to switch back. There's our boost back. Oh, it took absolutely all of it. Good. Enable landing fuel, turn the brakes on, and stage recovery will take care of the rest. Unfortunately, aerodynamic losses looks like we're going to stay in atmosphere. Okay, next time I gotta remember to full throttle the engines when I release. Okay, I've reconfigured it a bit. This is now an accessible tank. We do need to leave a little bit of fuel in there for the boost back. I just got done testing it. I turned over to 65 and it got us a little bit too far. It didn't have enough for the propulsive landing and it didn't quite finish the boost back. So this is going to be about half for the boost back and half for the landing. I really wish there were smaller tanks. There probably is, but I just don't have them yet. Maybe side mounted tanks, that would be nice. Reminds me of real fuels. I miss real fuels. Where I could put take the monopropellant out of the side tanks and put in liquid fuel. That would be nice, because then I'd have pods that had some boost back and then some landing, but whatever. So hopefully we can get this top part up out of the main part of the atmosphere, and then it can circularize, maybe going a little bit sideways, and then recover the booster with a boost back and propulsive landing. So let's make sure that the staging is right, and it isn't. The parachutes, I added parachutes to this top stage because I had enough fuel left in here to boost back. Not all the way, but we can make it to that continent over there. Here we go. And now I'm keeping an eye on the liquid fuel. Once it gets down to that L, then I'm going to cut. Okay. So second stage. That's probably fine for now, but we're going to quick save just in case. Turn this back over. And that's going to throw us down because we're still in the airstream. Okay, I'm going to start our boost back. Will that make us here? Yep, that'll get us all the way. Okay, we'll unlock this and quickly switch back. There we go. We're still in the airstream just a little bit. It's kind of fighting me as I turn. So we'll wait until 50 kilometers to separate this. Looks like we're not going to make it, so I'm going to turn these engines on. That looks like it's going to come down perfectly. Yep, there's stage recovery. What do we have? 0.7 kilometers from KSC. Was that 100%? No, 98%. Fuel refunded 62, so we did have a little bit too much fuel in there, which is fine. If we have a payload a little bit over 1 ton, then we'll need that extra. Not quite circularized here. We were really low, so I'm not sure I'm going to be able to boost back the second stage. Let's go ahead and watch our apoapse time. Weren't even able to circularize. That sucks. I really wish I wasn't a fish. Also, I wish I had more margin, like butter. I wish I had more margin for error. Is that lagging? Oh, it is lagging. What? And the clouds are causing it to lag. Yeah, because here it's fine. And then I look at the clouds and skip, lag, freeze. They look so beautiful though. And it looks so like plain and boring without them. Maybe it's the 60 frames per second. I don't know. My CPU is 55, 82, 75%. GPU is at 99% though. Maybe I need to turn down video settings. Video, anti-aliasing, maybe 2 times. And then that's right, because I'm running a custom resolution, it changes the resolution back to 1024 by 768 every time I do anything with the graphics settings. So where is... this is all messed up. I gotta reload. We're going to try this one more time and then I'm going to call it. I added another small tank here. I'm kind of concerned about the thrust to weight ratio at launch because I was just barely above 1G without that tank. So this thing probably, the first stage probably isn't going to get as high in the atmosphere, which also has me concerned for if I don't leave the atmosphere, then I can't switch back to the second stage after I've done the boost back burn. But yeah, hopefully it won't lag as much with the clouds. It says it's at 68% right now, my GPU. Anyways, let's get this thing launched. Try going all the way down to 70 and just full throttle and burning all of the fuel in the first stage. Hoping that I have enough for burn back in just this tank. Oh, that'll probably disappear when I separate. Yeah, it did. Okay. Whoop. Ah. Well, that was close. All right, boost back. Ooh, I need to watch that fuel. Okay. One, two, three. Yeah. Hopefully that's enough for propulsive landing. I don't think it's going to be. Let's pull the air brakes out. Switch back and thrust at 40. No, 30. Yeah, because we're almost out of the atmosphere. Oh, we need to change that. Weight savings. Watch our app laps. I really wish stage recovery could do the boost back, because then I could focus on this and then actually get us out of the atmosphere, which would increase the efficiency a little bit. Alright, that's where we're going to circularize. Just like the middle part of the ocean here. How's the lag? Not bad. It's just in-game, like here. Yeah, there's quite a bit of lag there. See, I'm getting a little bit of lag in-game, but not to the point that it's recording. That's quite a bit more. Okay, we need to watch app lapse time. All right, there's periaps. I don't want to necessarily put this in an exact circular orbit, so we can decouple. And then if this were a real mission, then the payload would be able to continue and circularize. Since this isn't, we're still testing. Let's do the boost back burn. See how far we can make it here. I was hoping that we could land somewhere around here. Looks like we're gonna ditch in the ocean, yeah. And then let's watch this re-entry to make sure that the heating effects don't kill us. Keep this on retrograde, yeah. Still have plenty of electric charge. It's not really using that much. Probably don't need that big of a battery, but that is the smallest one, so. I'd go with solar panels instead. Just like, no, I'd have to do a bunch of solar panels, like 4, to make sure that the angle was correct. We'll let stage recovery take care of this in the future, but I just want to make sure that it actually can actually come in. Are those? Those are flat bottom. There's not an actual bell there. Weird. It doesn't show heat, does it? Well, they're not overheating, so that's important. Parachutes are green. Are they flat bottom? Oh no, they are coned a little bit. There's a conical in there. That's strange. There's clouds inside clouds going opposite ways, and then that one's going this way. Like these bits of clouds are going that way, and then this large cloud is coming this way. If they were at different levels, I could understand, but they're the same level. It's very strange. But there's a lot of thunder and lightning in this area. Whoa. That's very strange. Okay, so this is probably not actually covered because it's in the middle of the ocean and probably doesn't have a tracker. Well, it might have a tracker on it. What was that? 8 Gs or something? 7.5? Yeah, it looks like this is going to land at 4. So that should be fine. Unfortunately, we can't switch back. Can we? Nah, because we're in atmosphere. So yeah, that's completely recoverable system. I really don't like using parachutes. I wish I could actually land this back at KSC, like circularize the payload and do a propulsive landing back at KSC, but I don't know, maybe if we put a heat shield on, then it'd be too heavy, we wouldn't be able to get to orbit. I'm curious, did we did not. Propulsive landing failed at 64. Oof. Okay, so I want to let me just check and see, because I really want a side-mounted tank. These are the tanks. There's no... That's monopropellant. I guess we could put like one of those on, or 2 of them, like right at the bottom. Can we do that? Maybe that would make... Hey. Maybe that would make the landing gear make a little bit more sense. So if we lock this, just extra emergency fuel. So that way this could be the boost back, and then that could be landing. It's 27 and 33, and this is 45 and 55. That should be about right. I don't think there's anything that can mitigate the effects of re-entry heating on the second stage without adding a bunch of mass. So I guess we could just come in like we did before and try to do a complete orbit and land back at KSC, but we still wouldn't be able to do propulsive landing. I guess if our payload is a little bit less than 1 ton, because this is a 1-ton launcher, and as you see, our payload is like 1.003. That's as close as I could get it. Well, I guess I could take that off, which then it's, yeah, not enough. Oops. Yeah, I guess if our payload is a little bit under, then we could do or at least attempt a propulsive landing back at KSC with the second stage. And then parachutes if we don't. Yeah, I guess that works. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to use this as a 1-ton launcher, and then probably devise a plan for something around an 8-ton launcher. I think is that somewhere 5, 7, something around there. And then maybe go on to even a 30-ton launcher. That's going to be really difficult. All right, so thanks for joining me for this kind of half episode about launchers. I'm not sure I'm going to do launchers, or I'm not sure I'm going to do launches In future episodes, I might break that off and do launchers depending upon how well this does. If you like it, please leave a like on the video so I know, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.